A challenging upbringing for me, and it was interesting to see how those negative things that affected me actually turned into a positive as I began to grow into an adult. Many of those things that we experienced as young people growing up in a dysfunctional household, substance abuse, alcohol abuse, impoverished condition, crack epidemic, violence in the environment, it really crushed a lot of people. But somehow, some way, many people who have difficulties in those environments, they find strength in them. And I found that as I became involved in youth development, using those examples and stories, it became fruitful in my relative success as a youth service worker. So I started using those examples and wait a minute, if this was effective for me and positive for me, then I bet you there's some other people who are going through the same type of thing. So let me put it in and started journaling some of my experiences and telling these stories using humor, and I saw that it was affecting people, and I thought that maybe we can put this in a project, and I end up making it into a Raising Hell project over a 10-year period. The main inspiration for Raising Hell is definitely Carrie Howard, my mother. She is the inspiration behind. She's basically the backbone and the glue that kind of revolves around the centerpiece of our entire family. What she's gone through in her experiences in life is something that many people can learn from. She's been through so much substance abuse, addictions, violence, incarcerations. She's been through multiple surgeries and illnesses, and she's overcome it all. And without a whole lot of help. A lot of it is self-determination. When she decided she wanted to stop smoking, she just stopped. When she decided she wanted to stop drinking, she just stopped. She put it all herself and put herself in good faith and just changed her life. And that was inspiration. Her tough love upbringing, the humor that we have, all of us have, her personality, her, her charisma, all that, we've all benefited. When I say we, me, the last of her 9 children, we've all benefited from her character and what she's been through. So she's the inspiration for it all. I believe anyone who has ever gone through addiction, a substance abuse parent, and that includes any type of addictions from alcohol to drugs to crack to marijuana, anything, any type of addiction, that's not new. There's someone going through that right now that can benefit. Now, the way I've dealt with the situation as a young person going through that, it would have broke many of people having an alcoholic parent, having severely dysfunctional environment, not having the basic needs all the time, living in an impoverished condition, living in a difficult environment and an even more difficult location in South Central LA, which is the worst time in history to be in LA. There's people going through that right now. And if the way I was able to navigate through that and survive through that, through the most violent times in the history of LA, during the substance abuse and impoverished conditions, and able to make it through high school and get to college, that is a victory. And I truly believe that there are so many people that can benefit with the things that was able to help me navigate through that with resources, extended family, using humor, using community resources, and not allowing those negative things to crush you, but to use that as strength to motivate you to get better. And incidentally, those same conditions affected the other family members the complete different. Some people were affected by that negatively, and some people, like me and my brothers, we strive because of it. So if you give someone nothing, then they have to stand on their own. So I mentioned that in many of the chapters, that because I had an alcoholic parent, that made me an individual that understands moderation and in terms of drinking. Having underprivileged environment, or not having basic needs or luxuries, made me an individual father who want to create positive things for not only my kids but everybody around me, so they can have better living arrangements. That kind of made me more responsible. So those are some of the things that I think other people can get out of this project.